What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm Richard Allen. What the heck happened with PSTH today? Bill Ackman, the only thing I could say is Bill Ackman probably thinks, and he's probably right, that he is smarter than the rest of us. He's created a brand new investment vehicle with PSTH. And I'm going to do my best to read some articles for you because I have no idea what is going on, but I'm learning, okay? I'm learning, and there's a couple great articles that I'm going to link in the description of this video because it's really complicated what he's doing. And I think because people have no idea what's happening, PSTH is down 12% today. Quite the fall from grace from being at $32.95 just back on February 16th. A couple days after Valentine's Day, people fell out of love with PSTH and, well, in every other SPAC on the planet. In fact, it dropped to a low of $22.63 not that long ago. And now it's at $22.06, which is near its net asset value, which is $20. So what's going on? We're going to jump over to an article here from the street, and it kind of explains that PSTH is becoming three separately traded entities. Very confusing stuff. And now the headlines say that PSTH, Bill Ackman, is buying 10% of Universal Music Group from a company called Vivendi, which is a French company, massive media conglomerate. And that's essentially what's going on. Now, what else is happening? That's where it gets really complicated. Now, number one, 10% of Universal Music Group via Vivendi will be structured as a distribution to existing PSTH shareholders, which currently represents $14.75 per share. But the distribution to PSTH shareholders will take place following UMG's own listing on Euronext. PSTH will use its $4 billion in trust to fund this portion. Now, PSTH is not taking Universal Music Group public. That's where this part is kind of complicated. A normal SPAC does a reverse merger, right? They find a company that isn't public and they take them public, right? And they change into the new company. Now, in this case, the PSTH shareholders, people who put money in, bought shares in PSTH, are essentially now, all of that money that was raised, a lot of it, is being used to purchase 10% of Universal Music Group. And you will get that amount, however many amount of shares you have in PSTH, you will get those shares in Universal Music Group when they trade on Euronext. Again, very complicated. Number two, PSTH will be funded $1.5 billion from its forward purchase agreements and will continue to exist and search for another target and be listed. However, it won't be considered a SPAC by the New York Stock Exchange. What? Number three. So this is where it gets even more complicated in a brand new sort of investment vehicle, Pershing Spark. The Special Purpose Acquisition Rights Company will issue rights to PSTH shareholders to buy stock in the Spark for $20, but only after it enters into a combination agreement. The Spark will have up to $10.5 billion to strike another business combination and have no typical SPAC deadline period. Bill, what have you done? I had a Freudian slip earlier in my video on the Tip Ranks channel. Remember, you can find me at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, over on the Tip Ranks YouTube channel, but I called him Bill Hackman. Accidentally. But I think this is a really cool thing. If you jump over to the Bloomberg article here, this guy, Matt Levine, explains it really well and with a little bit of satire. So it's actually pretty nice. But what he talks about with the Spark, a Spark intends to issue rights to acquire common stock in Spark for $20 per share to PSTH shareholders, which can only be exercised after the Spark enters into a definitive agreement for its initial business combination. Assuming all SPARs, which are the rights to purchase the Spark, will raise $5.6 billion of cash from SPAR holders. Spark is expected to enter into forward purchase agreements with affiliates of the Pershing Square funds, the Spark sponsor, for a minimum investment of $1 billion and up to $5 billion subject to increase with Spark's board consent. This is my favorite part, okay? This paragraph right here. It says, I like this. It is fun. It dispenses with almost all of the financial engineering of a SPAC. There are no warrants, no cash value, no shareholder votes, no time limits. In fact, arguably, there is no anything. It says, Bill Ackman can go around to private companies looking to go public and say, what? Hey, I've got some friends and they're following with interest my efforts to find a company to merge with. If I find a good one, maybe they'll give me money. Though they haven't given me any money yet, they're under no obligation to do so. Would you like to be that company? And maybe my friends will give you their money. We can find out together. This is a weird scenario. It's very strange. It's very complicated. I'm sure more and more details will come out and potentially more articles like this that you can read for yourself because I think they're absolutely great. But the general consensus right now is people aren't super excited about what's going on. But I only think that's the case because they don't fully understand what's happening. Now, in the case of the Spark thing, I don't know how that's all going to work out. The SPARs will still trade on the normal stock exchange, right? So there will be some sort of market value for those. I'm assuming they will trade similarly to how the warrants trade now. So that's just my opinion. This is really complicated. I'm just going to come out and say it. It's very strange. And there are going to be more Sparks out there. I guarantee you it's going to happen. But we'll see. Maybe Chamath will come out and be the Spark King. Or Bill Ackman's going to do, 26 Sparks or something going forward. Pretty weird days, guys. 2021, huh? Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, you can find me 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Tip Ranks YouTube channel for your Power Hour update. I would love to see you over there. That would be amazing. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.